So the first thing I wanted to just go over was, I don't know, I'm sure, have many of you traveled internationally before? Okay, so there's always these forms that they give you. I'm trying to zoom in as much as I can. Maybe a little too much. Very well. But they give you a form when you get on the plane to fill out. It asks for like your name. I think I read it okay, so I can't really show it to you super well. But it asks for your name, date, your date of birth, occupation, and then some of them. So it has like where it asks where you're going, like the address. So in this one, I just put on my way back. I just put San Juan de la Maguana. It doesn't really matter necessarily if you have like the actual address of the hotel. But I do have that, and I'll send you guys both of these. You can just like screenshot it on your phone. So right here, it asks you like where you're going. And then a lot of students got confused on the plane because it says port of embarkation and then port of disembarkation. Some students were really confused. So the port where you're embarking is where you're getting on, and then disembarking is when you're getting off. So when you are going to the DR, you are coming from Las Vegas going to Santo Domingo, and then coming back it's just the opposite. Okay, we had students that were really confused about that. And then they'll ask you, it wasn't on this form, on the one going to the Dominican Republic, they asked why you were going. So it says on here, like pleasure, vacation, business, convention. It really doesn't matter what you put. I think you could put, I think one of them on there had study. You guys could probably put that, study. And then one of the other things they ask you is if you're like bringing stuff with you. I'm asking you like how much money you have, things like that. I wouldn't fill that out. Like if it says, are you bringing donations or stuff, don't put anything down for that, okay? So I'll send this other form, that one as well. But that's just kind of things to remember. And if you've traveled before abroad, then you can probably figure it out. But it's just the address that you want to know of when we're going into the Dominican Republic. And then when we're coming back, for address, you could just put like your address or just Las Vegas International Airport. So, okay, what else? And then I wanted to go over bags and donations. So for the trip, everyone will bring like one bag. So it'll be your personal items, and that you can either, I think for American Airlines you get one bag for free, and then the other one you have to pay for. So everyone will pay for a bag on the way there that has donations in it. So everyone will have just their personal bag and then the donations bag. I have, I think in the office right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think there's like 6 suitcases that we have donated that you can leave down there. So if you don't get one of those bags, you may want to just bring a duffel bag that you can stick in your personal carry-on, okay? Because you don't want to have to pay for another bag coming back. That really stinks. Or if you go to the DI, you can get a cheap suitcase, or you have a family member who has a suitcase, just for donations that you can leave down there. It really helps with you not having to pay for a bag back. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay, good. And then as a reminder, just don't check in when you get to the airport. Just wait. Make sure you're not checking into the flight. We want to check everybody in all together. And then I just wanted to go over notes that I got from when bringing donations down there. There's a woman, her name's Nicole. You guys will probably meet her while you're down there. But she's in charge of all the medical donations and things like that. So I just want to quick go over what she said. So she said, main rules and precautions for not being stopped through customs. Don't wear any matching t-shirts or medical clothing. So don't wear anything that says RHS on it or anything medical related. That's never really happened before. Don't wear matching t-shirts, things like that. So it says, come through customs and baggage claim in small groups. 2 to 3 people instead of all together. So once you all have checked in, we'll just, I guess, have you go through, because it won't be customs until you get to the Dominican Republic. Normally we just go as a big group. I guess you'll have to figure out how to split them. Maybe.
We'll just go through. I mean, it'll be
Yeah,
fine.
that's what she said, but.
Yeah, there'll be a line of people that are, everyone's going through, so.
Yeah. And then don't say that you are a medical team. Just say you're down there doing service, okay? Nothing about being medical or surgical or that you're carrying medications. Just don't talk about that. And if anyone is stopped and their bag's examined, don't stop the rest of the team. Just keep moving through the line. And then whoever the staff members will just wait for if you get stopped. Don't panic. It's not a big deal, but sometimes that happens. Let's see. The team leader will come through with all the paperwork, so you guys don't have to worry about that. And then we'll do this. We'll have like our last meeting will be a packing meeting. So you'll all bring your suitcases and you'll just pack them and bring them home with you. And we won't unwrap anything. You just leave everything in the packages. But we'll just divvy out who's getting what, because I just have all the donations just in my office. And we'll just divvy out who's going to be getting what.
Casey, do we have talking points if someone does get stopped and they're asked about their bag of medication?
She didn't send one.
Because I believe that, they may confiscate that, or we just.
That's probably worst case scenario.
Yeah, so that's the worst case scenario. We just say,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine, and then move on through.
Yeah, so there's, and I'll give them to you, I printed them all out, but she sent me forms for you to take, and you'll be the last person to go through, and you'll just give them to the people through customs.
Okay.
All of it is in Spanish. I had no idea what any of it said, but she's like, you need these. Okay, thanks. But they're there, I'll give them to you. So those are just things to remember, nothing to really be worried about. Just don't mention that you're doing medical type of service, unfortunately. The reason that they do this is because the government in the Dominican Republic is pretty corrupt. A lot of times they'll steal the medication. So we just want to be careful we're not saying any of that. I don't think it's ever happened before. I think every time we've brought donations, we've made it through just fine. But just something to know. And then hopefully everybody has bought an RHS scrub top. Just because we have one day where we want you to wear them so we can take a lot of pictures, post it on our social media sites and things like that. What else? And then, has everybody registered with Solid Rock International? Okay, because a lot of people go in, they create an account, and they think that's registering. You have to create an account and then go back in and answer all of the questions. There's like a whole bunch of questions they ask you about. I think one of the ones I remembered was asking about like your immunizations and things like that. So if you haven't done that, that means you haven't registered. Okay, if you need help, just let me know and we can walk you through that. Same with everybody that's watching this video. I'm going down to Dixie today, but I don't know that everybody is going to be there. It looks like I think I'm missing a few people from this group too. Let's see. And then, so one of the last things that you guys will have to do before you leave is a Days for Girls training online. We actually have a group, we have 2 students that are coming next week for our meeting to talk about Days for Girls, explain what it is, things like that. I'll show you just the website of where to find it, and then I'll send you guys an email that tells you to complete the certification. It's pretty simple. You have to make sure you do it because if you get there, everybody will have to do Days for Girls one day. There'll be 2 of you teamed up together, but everybody will have to do Days for Girls kits. So if you don't do the certification, you are going to be really confused. And there's not really anyone there to help you aside from other students who've done the certification. So Days for Girls, and I don't want to steal their thunder, so I won't tell you too much about it. I just want to tell you where the certification is so that if you want to start it now, you can. You just have to make sure you do it before we actually leave.
Do you all know in general what Days for Girls is? So maybe just give them a general overview.
Yeah. Okay, so Days for Girls, they create sanitary, like pad type of kits, but they're reusable ones. So they're ones that girls can wash and hang to dry, just because they can't afford, and it's not just the Dominican Republic, they are globally helping people, but they can't afford to go buy pads and tampons and things like that. So these sanitary pads are ones they can reuse they're good for up to 2 years. They wash them outside and then they hang them to dry, and they have like extra like pads that go in them. They'll show you it all next week. And the ones we make actually come with underwear too. I'm trying to find, I went on here last time and it was really easy to, did I go to the wrong site? Let's see, I'll go away. 14, should be the one that says training. It's that one. I love when that happens, when you find it and then you can't find it again. Okay. Oh, that's not it. Okay, guess I might just have to wait till the students that are doing the actual training are here. They'll have to show you where it is, because I can't find where that went. So I'm just doing this whole thing.
While you're looking for that, one of the other things that each of you will have the opportunity to do is a construction day. It's where they're doing some building and constructing. So bring a pair of leather gloves or work gloves with you, and also, clothes that you don't care if they get dirty and torn, and maybe anything from shoveling to painting to anything as they're building, some additional buildings and some things. So that should be a fun day too.
There we go. Thanks, I would have forgot about that lot. Okay, so I think it's just this one. Should be. I think it's this training. Yeah. So it's pretty simple. They'll kind of just walk you through what Days for Girls is, a little bit about feminine health and things like that. And then I'll make sure to send you guys this link, but you'll go on and just create an account on there. Hopefully that's the right one. And then they also have one that you could do if you're a guy. They didn't have this last year, but it looks like it's something new. So guys, I would suggest doing that one. It might prove to be a little bit different. And sometimes guys get really uncomfortable doing these presentations, so just kind of learning that it's not making you not comfortable. But anyways, they'll come next week and do a training, and we'll record that for everybody who can't come. But I just wanted to quick go over an overview of that, and then we are going to do the blood pressure. There we go. So I sent it to myself yesterday. There it is. Okay. Let's turn off the camera. I'm not too good for this.